Good morning. Today's topic of discussion is Charter of 1753. So let's discuss the provisions of Charter of 1753. To remove the defects of Charter of 1726, the Charter of 1753, that was a royal charter, was issued by King George II. New charter re-established Mia's Court at Calcutta and Bombay. It also introduced some reforms in the provisions of the old Charter of 1726 to tackle the conflicting situation and also to gain favor of the local men residing in the presidency town by removing their hardship. So let's discuss the provision composition of the mayor's code. The chief effect of the charter of 1753, which was applied to the three presidency towns of Calcutta, Madras and Bombay, was that the mayor's code became subordinate or subservient to the government of the company. This was done by changing the procedure of appointment of mayor and aldermen. Under the new procedure, the governor and the council had a hand in their appointments, while under the old charter, the executive was not having that power or devoid of such power. This led to the loss of autonomy and independence of the mayor and the mayor's court. Thus, the mayor became merely a nominee of the executive. Jurisdiction of Mayor's Court. The Charter of 1753 also made change in the jurisdiction of Mayor's Court. Jurisdiction of Mayor's Court was expressly restricted. It could only decide cases concerning Indians. All suits and actions between the natives only were removed from the jurisdiction of the Mayor's Court. Mayors court were to have jurisdiction only in those cases that was subject to where both parties to the disputes submitted themselves through its jurisdiction. The jurisdiction of the mayor's court was restricted to the presidency towns only. There was no provision made for those cases which arose beyond the territorial limit of the presidency towns. The territorial jurisdiction of this court was limited to the settlement in which they worked, while activities of the English extended far beyond these limits. Third was impartiality of the justice. With the view to making administration of justice impartial and effective, the mayor's court was empowered to entertain a suit against the mayor and also those against the company. It was also provided that the mayor's court was empowered to hear suits against mayor and aldermen and also against the company. In such cases, the interested person was not allowed or he could not sit in the bench during the time of hearing of the case. So he was not allowed to preside over the court. In future, court fee was to be deposited in the government treasury and not in the court. Fourth provision was provision of taking oath. So this was also changed regarding taking of oath. The charter made it clear that the main purpose was to oblige the witness to speak the truth before a court. It provided a particular oath for Christians. For Hindus, the oath must be taken in a manner which is considered most binding on their conscience according to their own caste. Next provision was establishment of the court of requests. The charter also created a courts of request at each presidency towns of Bombay, Calcutta and Madras to decide civil cases involving a sum not exceeding 5 pagodas, that is rupees 15. This was intended to give quick and cheap justice. The court of request were presided over by the commissioners. The governor and council were required to administer criminal justice on the English pattern, but they were ignorant of the technicalities of the English criminal law and also procedure and this hampered the proper administration of justice. Thus, the courts which were established by the Charter of 1753 may be summed up as follows. First one was Court of Request. It was to hear civil suits up to 5 pagodas, and one for each presidency town. Court of request was established by the charter. Second, Near's court. It was to hear civil suits for more than 5 pagodas, one for each presidency town. And the third one was the court of president and council. It was empowered to act as justice of the peace and the court of quarter session to hear and decide criminal cases. It was also empowered to act as civil appellate court and in that capacity to hear civil appeals from mayor's court in the respective presidency towns. Number 4, the king in council, that was a privy council which was the highest court at England. So the Privy Council, as the highest court of appeal, heard appeals from the court of the President and Council in all civil cases involving a sum of 1,000 pagodas, that is rupees 3,000 or more. So to conclude with, there were three types of courts in Presidency Town after the grant or after the issue of Charter of 1753. Number 1, Court of Requests, which decided minor civil cases. Number 2, Near's Court, which exercised civil jurisdiction where the value of the cases was more than 5 pagodas. And third, the Court of Governor and Council, which exercised criminal and appellate jurisdiction. The Mayor's Court at Calcutta was superseded by the Supreme Court and which was created under the Regulating Act of 1773. The Mayor's Court at Bombay and Madras were also replaced by the Recorder's Court, which was established by the Act of 1797 of the British Parliament. The Recorder's Court were subsequently superseded by the Supreme Court at Madras in 1801 and at Bombay in 1823. So with this, I have completed the provisions of Charter of 1753. Thank you.